Welcome to Venture North. I'm Karen Sunderman. You know, there are dozens of undiscovered shipwrecks scattered throughout Lake Superior. The notion that there are shipwreck hunters out there looking for them is fascinating. This week we'll introduce you to the dedicated crew behind the latest discovery. Fueled by chronic optimism, a team of shipwreck hunters on Lake Superior set off on their quest.
You have to believe every day that you're going out, you're going to find something, even though days and months will go by without any luck.
On this trip, they'll use a sensitive side-scan sonar to search the lake bottom for probable targets. Interpreting the sonar images is Jerry Eliasson's forte.
It doesn't create a perfect picture by any means when you're going along at 5 miles an hour and 300 feet of water at 250-meter range. It's a lot more subtle.
That's 3, 4, you got 5 pieces.
It'll be more exciting putting the camera down, for me.
In the summer of 2004, Jerry and a handful of close colleagues discovered the wreck of what turned out to be a wooden steamer called the Thomas Friant.
Yeah. Oh, go. That's some good stuff.
The wreck lies in 300 feet of water and 13 miles from two harbors on the North Shore.
We've always wondered in shipwrecks this deep, when they hit the bottom, if it's going to go apart, especially a wood wreck, which is considerably more fragile than a steel wreck.
In a succession of trips, they explored the Friant, first with the sonar gear, and then with underwater cameras dropped down to wreck level.
There it is.
I see something.
Well, we're right at the stem.
God, is that beautiful.
And the first thing, of course, you're excited to get a camera on it and to see its condition. And, you're looking at a wreck that hasn't been seen in, nearly 100 years. So you're kind of excited to see what condition it is laying on the bottom. And then, of course, to verify its identity.
As best we can guess, we're snagged on the corner of the roof, right by the lifeboat davit, is what we're seeing in the video, and it seems fairly stable. We're.
I think it's the go.
Yeah, I think we can look at it and go.
No, I'm hoping to see them. They should be done there by now. Oh, there
Okay,
they are.
things
We
are
got them.
changing.
We got them.
Yep, things
All
are
right,
changing.
they're down.
Good.
Look at that. Fantastic.
When you come down on the back deck, you'll see an open gangway or doorway into the wreck, and we've swum into that, and there's net floats, old net floats still sitting there. Inside there's a workbench, there's a bell on top of the pilot house, and then you come down over the pilot house. There's this neat little the compass binnacle that's engraved. Supposedly, we haven't been able to find actual engravings, but that's what the history says. And on the front of the pilot house, there's the fishing licenses from 1915, 1916, 1917. It's pretty neat. I poked the camera into the front of the pilot house, or into one of the windows, and could see the wheel, and it's got what I assume is a brass wheel, because it's not rusty or anything, but it's metal. So and the name boards, plain as day, Thomas Friant. So it was unmistakable once we got down there that that's what it was.
Oh, cool. Big letters, Thomas Friant.
Positively identifying the wreck brings the hunt full circle. Through their research, the story of the Friant comes to life. It was built in Michigan in 1882 as an excursion steamer. A fire destroyed part of the upper deck in 1910, marking the Friant for a transformation into a utility tug. By the 19-teens, Bayfield was its home port. Fishing was its main function. In January of 1924,
They got caught in the ice. They spent a harrowing night locked in the ice over in Bark Bay on the Wisconsin shore. They thought that they would lose the boat there, but luckily the wind broke up the ice and freed it up. And they started coming over to the North Shore, and that's when they discovered a leak in the boat. So they abandoned the ship in the rowboat, and they ended up rowing 13 miles to the North Shore. Yeah, in the middle of winter, that must have been an interesting rowboat ride.
From newspaper accounts and historical records, the partners start brainstorming possible scenarios and locations to begin solving the mystery.
Someone comes up with an idea. What if maybe Captain Coghill was thinking, instead of turning to come back on the shipping lane, maybe he's going to head and try and beach the ship. So, okay, we're excited. We got a new spot to look for.
Part of the fun of it is it's this mystery, you know, that you've gotten all these tidbits of information, you know, from old records and newspapers and reports from this captain that spotted it when it was sinking, and you know, and so you know, you're kind of trying to piece it together and figure out which of these are accurate and which of them aren't accurate.
Finding the Friant ended a 13-year drought for these shipwreck hunters and rekindled their enthusiasm. Today, they share the discovery and a burning desire to continue the hunt.
The relationships, I think, are real significant in keeping us all kind of wanting to impress each other with what we can do and our capabilities and stuff. So
once you find one and you get to dive a virgin shipwreck, it's that excitement and feeling that, you know, you want to do it again. You know, it's almost addicting, I guess.
I think honestly what drives me particularly is I just really enjoy local history, and I think the shipwrecks are a tangible evidence. You could put your hands on it and you could see how people lived in years ago. And then it's also an excuse to spend time on the water with good camaraderie.
You can learn more about ships, shipwrecks, and Lake Superior's maritime heritage at the annual Gales of November conference. It's put on every year by the staff of the Army Corps of Engineers Marine Museum in Duluth.